Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining to our webinar. Today, we're going to discuss about the importance of business analysis. What is the role of business analysis? What kind of responsibilities the business analyst has, the benefits and the value to organization by having a business analyst in the workforce or part of the employees. My name is Viken Bahlawanyan. I'm going to be with you throughout around 30 to 45 minutes of time discussing business analysis, its importance, its benefits and value. I have 20 plus years of experience in managing projects, program and portfolios in organization. I'm a project management professional, consultant and a trainer. I have several certifications in risk analysis, project management, agile project management, and certified in business analysis from PMI as well as IIBA. You can communicate with me via chat, or if you don't mind opening the mic and speaking, that will be an option as well. So without further ado, let's go deep dive into the area of business analysis. So let's start first by what is business analysis. It's a domain that a lot of people or a lot of organizations don't know or don't have. Business analysis is the process of evaluating and understanding an organizational business need, objective, processes, system that needs to be developed or that need to be identified in order to provide solutions or improvement to organizations. Why? Because we want to enhance the organization when it comes to delivering value or enhancing the performance or efficiency. For that reason, we need specific individuals with the role or the title of business analysis that will help us close this gap or bridge between business people at the strategy level that they want to achieve certain strategic improvements or objectives, and the technical people, whether it's IT or other technical divisions, that they want to implement these solutions to satisfy the business or strategy. To simplify the matter, we have this as the organization's top-down approach of what happens. At the top of every organization, we have the vision and the mission of the organization. Based on the vision and the mission of any organization, that will be cascaded into what we call an organizational strategy or strategic direction, with a set of objectives or goals that that organization wants to achieve in the next several years or periods ahead. In order to achieve the organization strategy, we need to implement certain initiatives, certain programs, or certain projects. Thus, there will be some sort of an understanding between the strategic direction of the organization and what kind of products, systems, solution, processes, policies, structure do we need in order to achieve our organizational strategy. So this analysis of understanding our business needs, which eventually the compilation of all these business needs is our business direction or strategic direction, coupled with the technical know-how and understanding how or which solution or which products or which system will be able to achieve these strategic needs, that is the main responsibility of the business analyst. So business analyst is like the liaison between strategic people and technical people. It's like the one that understands the business as well as the one that understands the technical aspects in order to provide solutions, to make sure the project people are delivering the right products and to make sure the strategic people are coming up with the right kind of business need and which projects or which products will map or match the needs. So who does this role? Should we have an actual individual with the job title of business analysis or business analyst, or could be performed by individuals, could be department heads, could be more role of directors or other individuals in the organization that may implement this. Don't forget that in organization, when we cascade the organizational strategy from top down, every department or every business unit will also have their own strategy. So this role could be played by a departmental manager. The department manager understands the departmental strategy or role and how it is linked with the associated organizational strategy, and works with his or her team in order to identify what initiatives, what solution, what projects we need to do in our department to suffice the organizational or departmental strategy, thus sufficing or finalizing the organization strategy. So in this case, we don't have a role or an individual with the title of business analyst or analyst. We have a departmental head, a departmental manager, a director, any other individual who is acting as a business analyst. So business analysis may be performed by any individual, regardless of the job title. It is more the responsibilities or the tasks that that individual does. So let's try to understand what are these responsibilities, what are these tasks. Now, the term business analysis is used within the organization as the individual who did the business analysis duties, and sometimes could be group of people, sometimes group of 2 or 3 business or division heads, departmental managers could work together towards implementing maybe a more comprehensive solution or a product to achieve something interdepartmental. So that could be the 3 of them are playing the business analyst role in that case. All right. Now, what does the business analyst do? The business analyst determines problems or opportunities. Now, this works both ways. It could be top down. In other words, the business analyst could be at a more strategic level. If the business analyst is a more senior individual working at the strategy level, could be an organizational leader, a decision maker, a director, that person could be identifying problems or opportunities organizational wide, where our organization could improve, what kind of initiatives we might do, what kind of opportunities we might have, where our organization is lacking in terms of customer satisfaction, in terms of revenues, in terms of financial well-being, in terms of other areas. And accordingly, they can shape the strategy and cascade it down so that the different departments or units work on those initiatives to achieve those organizational strategies. Or could be bottom up. A business analyst could be an individual working in a particular division or a department, could be an employee who have identified a particular opportunity in his or her department. Oh, in HR, if we then we might add value to HR. If the HR processes or policies or procedures or systems are more efficient, thus our organizational revenue or efficiency will become better. So could be defining opportunities or problems at the lower level of the organization and taking it up for approvals from senior management. And then the business analyst will be the individual identifying, is this opportunity aligns with our organization strategy? Should we work on this HR kind of system or process? Or no, we have much bigger strategic directions and initiatives that we should focus on, and this opportunity or problem does not align with our organizational direction. So that's the responsibility number 1, defining problems and opportunities. Once we define a problem and opportunity, the business analyst needs to identify a business need. Which business need we are achieving by addressing this problem or opportunity? Not only that, okay, we will achieve this business need, we will increase revenue, we'll improve customer satisfaction, all right? Then in order to do this particular, or in order to solve this particular problem, then the question becomes, what solution, what system, what product will enable us to achieve that business need? He or she, as a business analyst, identifies the product, the solution, by working with technical people. And he or she, the business analyst, identifies if this opportunity or problem is the one we should focus on and solve in organization, by working with the senior management and the strategy departments in order to identify, should we focus on this opportunity or problem, or this is not aligned, or this is not a priority when it comes to our organization strategy. Once we identify that, working with the technical people, that if we implement X system or X product or X solution, we will achieve this business need, and thus we will deliver bigger or better value to the organization. The business analyst will work with the project team, with the project manager, with the product manager, with the designer, with the technical team, in order to understand stakeholder requirements, what different stakeholders, what different individuals in the organization have different needs related to this problem or opportunity. Then analyze, then document, then specify exactly what sub requirements or what actual details we should implement in our product or solution in order to achieve not only the business need that the HR wanted, but also the stakeholders, other departmental, because once you implement the solution, it could impact different divisions and different departments. And accordingly, the job of the business analyst is to do this collaboration and communication with the stakeholder. Elicit is more collect and understand the different needs and different requirements. Analyze them to understand what is possible, what's not possible with the technical people, what's costly, what's not costly, what's doable, what's not doable. Specify them means clarify and detail these requirements in clear English sentences so that we don't have scope creeps or we don't have lack of understanding of what we're actually delivering. And then communicating this information to the technical team as well as to the management of the overall project or overall product or solution requirements, and manage those requirements. Manage requirements means make sure that after the project is approved, because accordingly, once this is done, we need to create some sort of business cases or some sort of justification for this particular solution, raise it to the senior management or decision makers to get their green light or go ahead. Yes, there is a problem or an opportunity in the HR. Yes, you business analysts have identified the best solution with the technical team and the stakeholders. And yes, the analysis in the business case with the justification and the financials and the rest that you justified makes sense. Here you go. This is the green light. Please work with the project management team into implementing this product in the HR division because it will add value to our organization. And thus, that's the job of the business analyst. The business analyst will also define approaches. Approaches means, should we do this project in a traditional way or should we do this project in an agile way? This is a technical understanding of how the project should be done, which is it's more in project management, but the business analyst needs to understand what approach or what project life cycle deems most beneficial to the organization. And then implementing this project, and while implementing the project, we're gonna monitor the project manager and making sure he or she and their team are developing the appropriate solution that solves the particular problem or opportunity. And accordingly, the project manager and the business analyst will play along the entire project life cycle in order to deliver this. A lot of organizations, by the way, at any time, stop me, ask me questions, or type anything you want on the chat. A lot of organizations, they misunderstand the role of the business analyst and the role of the project manager. And in a lot of organizations, the role of the business analyst does not exist. What exists is a project manager, which we know he will lead projects. And we assume that the project manager can act as a business analyst. So a lot of project manager receives an invitation for meetings pre-project. They participate in those meetings and they try to clarify the needs of the stakeholders. What they're doing at this stage, they're acting as business analysts. And a lot of organizations, they do not understand the role of the business analyst or what is business analysis. And they assume that this is a project manager responsibility. And they involve the project manager very early on from just when the idea is there of a particular project, till it becomes approved, and the project manager will be responsible in developing the business case or developing the product or the solution, which is not a project manager responsibility. It's two different roles played by two different individuals. And there is a reason for that. Otherwise, there will be conflict of interest. Ideally, if I'm a project manager for a solution, I'm not gonna find the best solution that satisfies the HR needs. I'm gonna find the easier solution that will make me and my team have an easier job when we do the project or the system. That's a conflict of interest. That's why the business analyst is the right individual to participate at the earlier stage when defining what product, what solution, what system is the right product, is the right solution, and working with the technical team to make sure they will be able to do it and deliver it. So that's kind of the misunderstanding that exists in a lot of organizations around the world, and they assume the project manager can handle or can do the role of the business analyst, which is totally not wrong. Okay, what values the business analysis delivers? If we implement business analysis, organizations who implement business analysis in their environment, in their structure, in their work, achieve much higher percentage of success in their project, success overall in terms of achieving their strategy. So one of the benefits of business analysis is the ability for organizations to implement strategy, because strategy are put by people very senior, very decision makers. They see the big picture, and projects are done by very technical people. And if there is no liaison, no individual that is translating strategic direction to technical, requirements and aspects, then technical people have difficulty understanding the business, and the business people have difficulty understanding or giving technical directions to the technical teams, because strategies may not be implemented as we hoped for or we wished for. That's why it's very important, the role of the business analyst, a business individual who understands the business, and an individual who has been trained and understand technicality or project management or product requirement gathering and solicitation and elicitation and analysis, that he could be this liaison to make sure strategies are implemented in a more efficient manner. It will also create better organizational agility. Organization will be more agile. Why? Because the business analyst is doing the job of making sure only the project which makes sense financially, based on values, based on success, and by working with the technical team to do the right thing rather than spending time on doing the wrong thing. It will also help in management of projects. Because of this liaison between the strategy and the technical team have somebody they can talk to that they can understand them or gives them guidance or direction what exactly need to focus or do. So they don't have this gap of they want something, we don't know what they want, they don't know what we want, and it will eventually achieve better financial performance, because once these efficiencies are there, then eventually as an organization, we have better financial performance because our strategy is implemented in the most efficient manner possible. In order to achieve good business analysis, we need 3 pillars. Pillar number 1, people. People and individual who know and who can do business analysis. Thus, training or creating an environment where people understand what is business analysis and training people to understand and implement business analysis processes and knowledge is essential to a success of implementation of business analysis. Number 2, we need to have process. Like project management, business analysis has processes, has a life cycle, has a step, has responsibilities. And accordingly, we need to establish a process. What should the business analyst do? What does he do in initiation? What the business analyst does in planning? What does the business analyst do in execution? There are international standards or guides. One of them is based on PMI, the Project Management Institute. The other guide is done by IIBA, which is the Business Analysis Body of Knowledge, version 3. These are 2, there are more, but these are the 2 main business analysis books or guides or best practices or standards that organizations organizations use into creating some sort of processes that if we're going to implement business analysis in our organization, how do we do it? What are the different steps? When do we do what? What documentations do we have? What are the inputs? What are the outputs? But business analysis cannot be done unless we have a culture in our organization. And this is the most difficult thing. So creating this sense of urgency at the top management, at the executive level, at the strategic people about the importance of business analysis, and either training our people or hiring individuals to do business analysis, we won't succeed otherwise. Also creating an environment at the mid and bottom level of explaining to departments and individuals and team members and managers about the importance of business analysis, so that we don't end up spending time and money and efforts on projects that are neither strategically aligned nor they deliver benefits or value to our organization. And thus this culture of business analysis awareness is important, as well as the processes and the readiness of the people in order to implement business. All of this we usually learn when somebody attends a business analysis training or a course, because that's the fundamental of teaching individual what is business analysis. Like individuals attend project management courses, or strategic management courses or operation management courses, business analysis is a domain of its own. Now, business analysts also helps in better understanding of business needs, managing risk and reducing rework. Why? Because if there is an individual who's understanding business need and translating it into technical requirements, it's easier than strategy people directly working with technical people. There, the translation of the requirements may not be good because strategic people may not know how to translate those requirements into technical requirements, nor the technical people understand business needs or organizational directions well. So there will be that gap. So there will be a lot of work. And when you show it to the strategic leader, they're like, this is not what exactly we wanted. So a lot of rework, a lot of risk, and a lot of, financial losses because of this. A lot of defects, recalls, lawsuit, customer dissatisfaction. And we won't achieve customer satisfaction. By implementing business analysis, we raise revenues, we raise stakeholder or our customers, our team satisfaction, and we reduce risks and defects and rework. So now that we know the values and the benefits and somehow what is business analysis approach, business analyst has technical duties. For example, a business analyst has to define product requirements. But he's the liaison between the strategy and the technical people. So the business analyst needs to know how to write business requirements, which is what the senior management or what the business wants. The business analyst needs to know how to write stakeholder requirements, which is not the senior management, but what the other departments want. The business analyst, based on these two, he needs to come up with solution requirements. Oh, based on what I heard from my management, senior leaders, and the other departments or other business units, and based on my meetings with the technical team, because they're stakeholders as well, I think we should come up with this solution. So when you come up with a solution, that solution may have functional requirements and non-functional requirements. On top of it, we might have transition requirements. What is transition requirement? Transition requirement is after we implement the solution, how do we transition it into the live operations? How do we change our people training mindset? How they're going to start using this system, this tool, this solution that we implemented? All of this is a responsibility of the business analyst. Based on all of this, we will define project requirements and quality requirements of the system, and then it will become a project management effort. The project manager, based on this solution requirements and transition requirements, is going to come up with project requirements to deliver the scope of the project on time, on budget, on quality. And thus, the business analyst could supervise, could monitor if the project and the project team are delivering the requirements which we came up as a solution. Do they match? Will this achieve the benefits we had intended to achieve? So you can see how the business analyst has technical, understanding of the business need, of the stakeholder requirements, of the solution requirements, of the transition requirements, thinking after the project, how the project will be implemented and operational. Accordingly, the business analyst has knowledge areas, different areas of knowledge. The business analyst needs to know how to do needs assessment. Needs assessment means understanding the different needs of the different business units or divisions. The business analyst needs to know how to work with stakeholders, how to engage them, how to invite them to meetings, how to, put them in a collaborative environment. Why? To collect, to elicit. Elicit means in order to put them in a state of mind to really understand what can we do in order to achieve these particular business needs. Based on this elicitation, which is collecting of the requirements, we will then prioritize, we will then analyze, we will then filter and decide, this will be the solution that will achieve our business need. That's the analysis. And then we're going to let the project manager and the team job. Our job then becomes traceability, making sure everything we came up with, the project team are doing, and monitoring to make sure they are doing it at the quality, at the level we expect. And once the project team finishes the product, the solution, we're going to make sure and we're going to evaluate, did they achieve what the business need, what the senior management wanted? Is this the solution that will cover up, that will achieve the business need? And then if yes, let's transition it, let's implement. So business analysis is not a simple role. It's a fundamental role. It's an important role in any organization. And accordingly, if you go and check the different standards, this is a picture from the PMI standard about how complicated these knowledge areas are. So in conclusion, business analysis help organizations in operating more efficiently, making better decisions, and adopting changing to the market condition. It ensures that we do the right projects, utilize the right resources, and make sure that we achieve the organizational strategy in the most agile or most cost-effective method possible by only doing the projects that are aligned and they can add benefit. So that's a 30-minute wrap-up about what is business analysis. Usually, we teach business analysis in a 5-day full 35 hours of training. So if this role, or if this explanation of the role of the business analyst is important, and you believe as an individual adding a business analysis skills will help you in your career or will add value to your existing knowledge, then how can you learn business analysis? Well, by attending internationally certified courses. There are many, but the main two organizations that provide the highest value or highest demanded or standards are IIBA. IIBA stands for the International Institute of Business Analysis. They're the oldest and the most lucrative organization when it comes to business analysis know-how and standards. They have the business analysis standard, which is called the Babuk Guide, Business Analysis Body of Knowledge, version 3. And they have an international certification on this with an international exam called CBAP, Certified Business Analysis Professional. It's 35 hours of training, usually 5 days, 7 hours per day. But individuals who want to do the exam should have at least 5 years of working experience. Why? Because we need to understand what is strategy, what are project management. So you need to have a little bit of understanding of the working environment to be able to really benefit and understand what business analysis is. On the contrary, PMI, which are famous for PMP, the project management course. They also have a business analysis course training and an international exam. They also have a book called The Standard of Business Analysis. And they have a 5-day training, again, 7 hours per day. The only difference is that they require 3 years of experience as a prerequisite and not 5 years experience. So if you are interested in any of these courses, we as Formatec are internationally accredited organization from both, from IIBA, as well as we're authorized training partners with PMI. So these 2 courses are regularly delivered on our website or in class.